switched it to her.
Okay, right. I think we're back.
No.
We have sound. I can see the thing moving.
We've got a little mobile one that we attach to our phones. So I was just going to see if that would work.
Right. Can you see and hear us? Is it working? Let me know in the chat. Is it working? I can see volume on the screen. Hey,
dots.
I think so. Tommy says yay. Does that mean it's working? I have since I bought this Blue Snowball, I have never had an issue. Fired up as normal, no sound.
So if you're watching this after the fact, what happened was we tried to go live and then our microphone wouldn't work, so everybody thought we were miming. And we weren't. We were just talking to ourselves.
Had to just disconnect the microphone and go back in and select it from the menu. And
we seem to be a bit less laggy now as well. Oh, sound sync out.
Sound sync is out.
Is it out for everybody? Can you let us know? A bit of a delay when you talk. Well, we're going to screen share anyway.
Yeah, we're going to screen share. We're going to vanish in a minute and show you some more interesting things like stuff.
Yeah. If everything... Oh, dear, we're frozen. Oh, dear.
Hello.
Oh.
Have we frozen?
Don't know. Well, we're going to... Yeah.
This is a mess, a technical fail. Sound is on, but out of time. It's not too bad. Okay, right, I'm going to screen share.
We're going to screen share. If you can't hear us or if it all goes wrong while we're screen sharing, just let us know.
I warn you, my computer is struggling with this, so...
We've just opened too many windows, I think. Got too many good things to show you.
Right, okay. That one... This is... Usually our live streams aren't quite as bad as this. Honest.
Yeah.
Right.
We've even asked Ellen not to stream, so hopefully she's not.
Can you see a Fujifilm Instax camera? Yes, RJ, we have speaking.
Yes.
We have speaking.
Yeah. You can hear us, but it wasn't matched up to us.
Right,
so,
we're gonna...
All right, good. Yes, thumbs up and yeses. Awesome. Right.
Nick, you need to grab StreamYard. It's web-based. Takes the pressure off the PC.
Okay.
All right, I may have to look into that.
StreamYard.
Okay, we're going to whiz through these. This is just a bunch of stuff, as I was saying before, when there was no sound. It's not the best sales. It's not the worst sales. It's just some stuff that's sold that hopefully we have shared when we picked it up. And it'll be interesting. So we're going to whiz through a bunch of stuff. This I shared in a boot sale video recently. We picked it up for 10, I think it was.
Yes, it was 10.
I was hoping I'd get 50. I looked at current prices and yeah, interest in these I think has dipped a bit. But I put it on at 45 and it sold pretty quick. So I'm happy with that. Yeah, not much more to say. It's a Fujifilm Instax. They are still worth picking up. This one had a film, so that made it sell quicker. Yeah, simple.
Yeah.
I'm in the wrong window. I need to be in here. Okay, so what we're going to try and do is alternate between stuff that I've listed and stuff Andrea has. This next one, if this works, is on...
Might take some time. Oh dear.
There we go.
Here we are. So this was a vintage sale that I had. Came through. The sale came through this morning. I did have it on for £100, and I took an offer of £60 on that. So I was really happy with that. We couldn't remember how much we paid for it because we bought it when we went to a boot sale with Zahir and Beck. And
ages ago.
I only just listed them because I'm a bit rubbish. And yeah, so they haven't been on long.
I don't think you paid
between
more than
£1 and £5, but no more than £5 for them.
I think it was about £3 you paid on these.
Something like that.
Can I go into the pictures? There you go. That's what they are. Prada sunglasses with case.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy days. So you had a conversation with the buyer, yeah, and went
Yeah.
backwards and forwards.
Yeah, she originally offered me 50, and I said that I would accept 60 because obviously that was £40 less than I was hoping for. But it was still a great profit from a small outlay, really.
Oh, Polishek is in and says, thanks for sharing my channel about homelessness.
You're welcome. I think it's really important what you're doing. So I'm hoping that people will subscribe to you and support your channel.
Yeah, keep it up. It's really interesting. So that's the Prada glasses. A great little sale on Vinted. How many things have we sold on Vinted?
A handful.
A handful.
Currently. There's another one that I'm going to share later, which I sold recently. So.
Let me close these windows out as I go. Might make things speed up. We've seen that one, Nick. I'm trying to close it. Oh, come on, computer, you can do it. I think I've lost one of my sales. I think it just closed the wrong window. Okay, do this one.
Okay, right. So we'll share this in one of our videos and in my haul, I think. It's a little Marge top. I think I paid £4 for it. And
cool.
Can't remember if I took an offer. I might have done.
I know it's not, but it looks like a child's outfit to me.
It does a little bit.
Yeah.
It was really cute, and I really like Marge, and a few people told me that Marge is a bit sticky in terms of not not selling very quickly, but that sold really quickly for me. So yeah,
cool.
Quite pleased with that.
Right, so if I've done this right, when I close this window, it will pop up with one of mine. Hey, there you go. I picked this out again because it was in...
Can I move the screen so we can see what people are saying?
Yeah. It was in a boot sale video when I picked it up, and then we shared it on the Sunday. I think I paid 10 on the box. I might have haggled it down a little bit. It's Chuggington. If I go into the pictures, you'll see that the big red thing, I'm going to have to move the screen across so I can move the pictures. Oh. The big red thing is a case, and it had a bunch of trains in. Come on, you can do it. And that thing, there you go, houses all the trains. Anyway, yeah, I was quite pleased. I managed to get 50 with free shipping. I think with Hermes, that cost about £6 or £7 to send.
Yeah,
not too bad. I do love selling toys. Floats my boat.
Yeah, George has just said that Led Zeppelin t-shirts sell well. That's because George has just bought a Led Zeppelin t-shirt from me.
Yeah,
which is cool. So thank you for that sale, George.
Is that to keep, George, or are you going to resell it?
I think he's going to keep it because he was talking about whether it would fit him or not.
Nice.
I think it will.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't think there's much margin in it to resell from your price, but there we go. So what's this?
Well, it's a dress.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I shared it in a haul recently. I might have done. But yeah, it's only George. No, it isn't. It's two.
It's two. I think. Yeah.
I had supermarket in my mind. It's just two. But two do some really nice clothes at the moment. They've got really nice prints, really nice designs. And they tend to sell quite well, not for huge amounts, but yeah, their clothes seem to do quite well, and that went really quickly. And it's just it's a very on-trend design at the moment with the print clash, and yeah.
I think it's worth sharing this. I mean, obviously it's not an amazing sale. It's £15 plus shipping, but the fact that this is a supermarket, this is Sainsbury's, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. The fact that it's Sainsbury's shouldn't necessarily put you off buying it. You're buying it because of the pattern and the style, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And people will buy it because of what it looks like, not necessarily because of the label. Yeah. Cool. So if I close that one, try and whiz through some more of these a bit quicker. Okay, computer's doing nothing. Right, let's... Nick, will you be doing more picking orders videos? Maybe, James. Yeah. I haven't been organized enough recently, but yes. Now I was sorting out and listing consoles last week. They've done really well. I've managed to sell 3 to subscribers, which is fantastic. I'm only going to share this cube one. I was just really pleased that I aimed at the top end of what a bog standard cube bundle would go for, and got it within the day. So it just shows, I think, decent pictures. Spend some time cleaning your consoles as well. Why is this not working?
Because our computer is just having a meltdown tonight.
Come on, hamsters, work harder. I'm trying to go into the pictures and it's just not having it. There we go.
There you go.
So yeah, all this is box standard GameCube, 1 official controller, the official power pack, and SCART lead. And yeah, sold within hours for 45. Wow, this is going so slowly.
It keeps going tiny.
Tiny little GameCube pad. There it is. Yeah, so I thought I'd share that one. I've sold the broken Wii to a subscriber. I've sold the faulty PS3 to a subscriber. They're going to have a go at getting those working. I've sold both the fat PS2s already. Another subscriber has reserved a slim PS2, and the rest of it I think has gone to Amazon. Oh, and I've got a PS3 to list, but yeah, really pleased with that. Most of that has all left the building already.
Yeah.
Right, come on. Come on, close this window. You can do it.
It should possibly get quicker as we close more windows down.
You never know. Right, now we're talking fugly here, I think.
Wow, it depends what you think. I mean, I wouldn't wear it, to be fair. I wouldn't wear it, but there are a lot of people that like animal print. Animal print is almost consistently on trend.
Is it?
And that sort of patchwork print clash design is really in at the moment. So yeah.
So where did you pick this up? Do you remember?
Charity shop, I believe.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
And sold for 20 plus shipping, or was that an offer?
I can't remember.
Okay. Tea Cake says it's going to be a long vid, which we're trying to move it along. I had to throw at least one car part in there. If you're new to the channel, you may not know, we bought out pretty much an entire Hyundai and Isuzu dealership worth of car parts. Now these weighed 12.5 kilos each. So I taped the boxes together and shipped it as one 25 kilo lot with UPS. They came and picked it up. Wasn't too bad. I think it was £15 shipping, but that was with free shipping, the £80. So obviously you've got to take a big chunk out for shipping and then the fees, but they owe us about £1 a box. So really happy. And it's made some space, which is fantastic. I really need to get onto the car parts again and list loads and loads more, because I have so much value just sat on the shelves not listed, which is crazy.
Yeah, and you've handed that to the courier and it didn't quite. You warned him it was heavy, but
well, it was a relatively small.
Heavy.
It was a relatively small box, about an 18-inch sort of wide box, and I picked it up and handed it to him, and his arms nearly fell off. Yeah. So this was a nice little sale. What have we got here?
Yes. Now I picked this up at a jumble trail last year. I'd already sold a very similar bag to that, but I sold it for £40. And I think I actually accepted an offer on this one, probably about 25. It sat around for a long time. I thought it would sell a bit quicker than it did, to be fair. But it is vintage 1960s. And yeah, it eventually went, but not for the amount that I hoped it would. But I don't think I paid very much for it. I think it was a couple of quid.
Yeah. It doesn't look 60s because it's in really good condition.
Inside it's not, you can tell it's
okay. You must have done some interior shots.
Yeah, you can see some of the
I remember trying to put those pins back in.
Yeah, so you can tell it's been around the block.
Oh yeah, there's a bit of wear there. Kenneth has just said, let me quickly read that. Hi Kenneth, how are you? I have a lot of laptops with i5 CPU and 8 GB RAM with SSD hard drive. Maybe it would help with all this YouTube videos and loads of tabs and explore. or drop me a message and let me know how much you want for them. If you think that would help me out, then maybe, because I'm running this right now on an old iMac.
Yeah, mind you, we've got
struggles.
a laptop, and that struggles too. we just use everything to the max.
Yeah, Facebook me, Kenneth, and let me know how much you want for one, and we'll have a look. So yeah, it's nice to see that go. Hopefully somebody is enjoying that. Now, the old Olympus cameras. I priced this as high as I dare, because this isn't the Mewtwo that you want, the little black one that tends to fetch about £200. This is the Mewtwo Zoom. I think it's just called Mewtwo. Yeah, how do I do this? I'll just go into the pictures. So yeah, we picked this up. This was in another boot sale video. Yeah, picked it up for £2 or £3, can't remember. And yeah, a few pictures, listed it. It didn't stick around long, so well worth. I sold another camera yesterday, a little Pentax for 20 that I think we paid £1 for. There you go. So it's the Mewtwo 170 Zoom. Lovely condition, and a quick sale, so well worth picking up. Now, the key word for these, what's that you told me all about this? Lumography, or LOMO.
Yeah.
I don't know if I used that in that title, but there you go. Okay, so what we got here?
So this came from a recent jumble trail. I think you might have seen it in a video. I'm not sure if we particularly pointed it out, but you could see
it was in the video at the end of the jumble trail. We were chatting to a lovely lady, and you bought a bundle of bits and bobs for like £3.50 or something.
Yeah, I bought some jewelry, some vintage jewelry from her as well.
So this owes you about 50p, I guess.
Yeah, not a lot really, and it sold within a day. So
within a day, did you get that I underpriced it kind of feeling?
I priced it for what I thought it was worth, looking at other vintage pinafores, and
this reminds me.
I was quite happy with it. I absolutely love the design and the print on it. I was thinking about keeping it, but then I thought, well, I've got my nan's one that I use anyway, so I don't really need another pinafore.
This reminds me of my nana.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? It's 60s?
I don't know. It looks it, doesn't it?
I think it's 60s. So yeah, vintage clothing, huge market. Like you say, that sold super fast, didn't it?
Yeah, she had a lovely stall, didn't she? She had a lot of vintage stuff.
A lot of vintage bits. There was probably loads of stuff there that was worth money, but we bought a few bits. Tea Cake says, went through all the emotions on Saturday with a Mewtwo, bought for £2, did not work. Ah, shame. On auction at the moment, £37 bid. Okay. Well, still not a bad flip then, really. £2 into 37 at least.
Yeah.
The white screen between... Oh, I've just lost what Stu was saying. The white screen between each page reminds me of being a kid in the 70s when someone in the family would get the family holiday slides out. Oh, I used to love doing that. Oh, yeah, totally. Another one, you will have seen us pick this up again in a boot sale video. I paid £8 for a box full of Thomas Duplo. It included a bunch of other trains, which are listed separately. I've sold one of those lots already. Yeah, and this was everything else, all the track and 1, 2, 3, 4 trains, and that sold quick for 50. So we all know about Duplo. If you don't, you should do. I absolutely love selling Duplo.
Yeah,
kids Lego basically.
Ping just asked, do you think clothing is a good niche to pursue on eBay these days? He or she are in the UK. It's becoming increasingly more difficult. It's, I talk to a lot of clothing resellers every day, and it's becoming frustratingly difficult, actually. I think the market is quite flooded on it, and I'm noticing that people are diversifying or moving away from clothing altogether. So I wouldn't endorse it, but if you love it and you're interested in it, then do it.
I think
but don't do it if you think it's going to make you lots of money, because it's becoming really difficult at the moment.
I would say vintage is the way to go if you know how to spot quality vintage.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, you do okay out of it, but it is, I think, getting more flooded.
But, I think our more general stuff sells better than clothing.
Yeah. Dom, I'll quickly read out, says, wanted to say thank you for the breast pump idea. Picked one up at the car boot sale. My partner thought I was crazy until it sold today for £20 profit. Thank you.
Awesome.
No problem. I think I've got 3 to list at the minute. Have you ever sold pop figures? No, I haven't. I don't know anything about it, I'll be honest.
No, they're very common. I think we probably would if we picked them up at the right price.
Do you wash all the clothes you thrift?
I wash them if they need washing. If they smell washed and they smell of fabric conditioner and they're not dirty, then I don't wash them. But if not, I do.
Yeah. Right, quickly. Pink Floyd. This is a Wish You Were Here t-shirt. I have been obsessing over this album recently.
Yeah.
For the last couple of weeks, I've been listening to not much else than Pink Floyd. Still a bit of Dark Side of the Moon, but Wish You Were Here I've moved on to it. And I've been obsessing about Shine On You Crazy Diamond, and the whole album is, it's just...
Yeah. Well, this t-shirt sold to a subscriber, so thank you for that, Jason, if you're watching.
I kind of wish we'd kept it now. I'd have worn that.
Yeah, you could have done, actually. It would have fitted you.
Do you remember where you got it?
I think it's something, again, that we've had for a long time. I've been going through all my drawers and backlog, and I came across a load of band t-shirts. I was like, oh, all right, I'll get those listed then.
But it wasn't vintage, otherwise it'd be worth
it wasn't vintage. No, I think it was a Gildan tee. So
yeah, if that
wasn't...
Sorry, I've changed the picture now, but if that was a t-shirt from the time of the album, you'd have been talking serious money. Right, you've seen this before. It sold before for 450. I then had it back, and then I had it listed for a while. I reduced it a couple of times, had a couple of little sniffs of interest, but nothing really. And then out of the blue, we had an offer at 250, and I didn't even flinch. I just took it.
Yeah.
So, and I think we've even had feedback. I think, was it this we had feedback for the other day? I think they're happy with it. I can't remember whether it was this or not.
Yeah.
So anyway, it has finally gone for the second time.
Yeah. Hi, Steve.
Hooray.
Steve's just popped in.
So goodbye, squeeze box. And Laura Ashley.
Yeah, this has been on a while as well. And weirdly, I didn't expect it to sell in the summer, but it did. Yeah, not a lot to say about that, really. It's interesting, and
interesting is a word for it.
Bordering on fugly.
It's an acquired taste. They look like Roman urns.
They do, don't they? Or Greek urns or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Jamie Kenley says, I sold a Pink Floyd t-shirt on Depop 2 days ago for £75.
Wowzers.
Cost me 2. I'm assuming that was vintage.
Must
If it wasn't, we've undersold ours.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks, Joan. Yes, hooray. I'm so glad to see the back of that squeeze box, accordion, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so next, like I say, this is just a mix of stuff that hopefully you'll have seen us talking about on the channel. Interesting stuff. Now, you will have seen the video, hopefully, where I shared that I had 600 cassettes to sell. Well, I haven't updated this for a couple of days, but I'm just looking in my book because I'm trying to keep track of how much I'm making back on it. I'm currently at £402 back on the cassettes, and that's not up to date. I wanted to share this because it was interesting. I had a box with approximately 100 blank tapes in. I pulled out all the chrome ones, and I've been selling those off for considerably more than this. These were just your bog standard, you know, what we all had in the 80s and 90s, your TDK.
We'd spend hours making mixtapes.
For making mixtapes. And yeah, so I chucked this bunch on for 20. And I also had a bunch of, let's come out of here, the complete dregs of the blank tapes, which were these. So you've got a little bit of everything in here. You know, from Smiths.
And those yellow Memorex
ones with pictures. Yeah. And that was on for 20. And the same buyer bought both. So they paid £40, free shipping. I think shipping on this was about £6 or something like that. But that's the lion's share of our investment of all of the cassettes back, just on the dregs of the blank stuff. So yeah, really pleased with those. And then a few more cassettes I'll whiz through to show you the kind of the better of the bunch. This I actually picked up separately. It was in a boot sale video when we went over to Redbourne Way. So I got £10 for that, which wasn't too bad, from 50p. If you are going to try it, the classics are what sells, like Bowie, for example. That sold for £10 really quick. Floyd goes without saying, £10 sold really quick. And obscure. So the classics and then the obscure. This is Francis Rossi from Status Quo fame, a solo album he had out in the mid-90s. And I got $12.99 for that, and that sold within hours. So I may have even undersold that. So yeah, the tapes are doing really well. And we're back to your stuff.
Yeah. So this is something that I listed. I think I might have actually listed it yesterday, and it sold yesterday. It sold pretty much straight away.
Didn't you take a cheeky offer on it?
Did I?
I thought you took an offer of about 15 or something. Maybe.
I can't remember.
I don't know.
It was only yesterday, and I can't remember.
Sorry, we're confused. We may have taken it.
Oh, I did. Yes, you're right. I'm just remembering now. Yeah, it was just over £15 I took on it, and perhaps I undersold it, but I'm just happy to sell stuff at the moment.
Yeah, we're both in the mindset of get it moving. We've got plenty of stuff. Oh, the computer's working nice and quick now.
I know. I've hardly got the windows open.
I'm chucking this in. This was another one that was in a boot sale video. I bought this off the same chap I bought a couple of Mega Drive games. I think both the Mega Drive games have gone. They sold quick. This wasn't as good as I'd hoped. I paid £2 for it. And I actually took an offer on this of 15 just to get it gone. It's fairly common. There's a whole load on eBay. And I thought because it was pink, it would be unusual. But no, there's loads of pink ones.
Yeah.
And there's quite a few people out there with it boxed, and they've got better condition boxes. So as soon as I had a vaguely serious offer, I took it. But yeah, really happy to get it moving.
It seemed like a really cool thing when we picked it up.
It did. And my mum had a cream version of the
Oh dear.
Excuse me, a cream version of this that I obviously used when I was a kid in the 70s.
That's nostalgic for you then.
Yeah, I think it was made in the 60s and they were still producing them in the 70s. So I certainly remember it, or a similar one.
Yeah. Can't remember if I showed this in a haul recently. But anyway, I mean, it's a bread and butter item. But again, is it 2
peacocks?
Peacocks. Oh yeah, there's the label. Yeah, so it's not an expensive brand. It's but oh no, I remember now. I got it in a jumble sale.
Jumble sale.
Yeah,
Ooh, cheap
got it
then.
from a jumble sale. So yeah, didn't pay very much for it, and I just thought it was an interesting sale because I think we may have showed it in a haul.
I think we did. Yeah, so bread and butter clothing that ticks along.
Yeah.
Now there's that listing and that listing. I'm noticing that picture looks out of focus now, but anyway, it did the trick. Again, in a video, we went off and did a charity shop kind of day, didn't we? And ended up over in Welwyn Garden.
Yeah, because we did actually.
And we saw these in the window of a charity shop. There was those 2 little pots, soup pots, and a teapot.
Yeah.
And they had it priced up at £10, which we paid, and we held out for 25 plus shipping on the pots, and 30 plus shipping on the teapot.
Yeah. So
very pleased with that. When you think each lot will have cost us £5 when you think about it. So yeah. They're Le Creuset. It's the volcanic orange, which matches obviously the range they do in cast iron of pots. So yeah, really popular, really sought after. So
very nice looking things.
Yeah, lovely. And what's this?
Yeah, so I just wanted to throw this bit in. This is another vintage sale, but I just sent Nick a screenshot because it was easier to do it that way. So I just wanted to say I had another vintage sale recently. I showed those trousers in my clothing haul, and then I took an offer of £10 on Vinted. So I just thought it was an interesting thing to show you that I'd had another Vinted sale. And then this was my first ever Depop sale. So
Woohoo, Depop!
So yeah,
We've
I was
sold,
celebrating about
we've
that.
sold something on Depop. You are trendy, finally.
But I think somebody asked or mentioned about Depop in the chat a while back, and yeah, I'd say that I cross-list pretty much everything that I list on eBay on both Vinted and Depop, and this is the first thing I've sold, pretty much because it's Adidas and it's young and it's trendy. Yeah, I think you have to have a certain type of item to really sell stuff on Depop, because my other stuff is just sitting there. I joked to a few people that I don't think I'm young and trendy enough to sell on Depop.
Was this really the item that you had a conversation lasting hours with the guy about?
Yeah, all day, back and forth,
backwards and forwards about questions.
And eventually he bought them.
Are they waterproof?
Oh, George says, technically, I've had 2 Depop sales because he saw the Led Zeppelin t-shirt on there. Yeah.
Ah, well, there you go. See, George is young and trendy. He uses Depop.
Exactly. He sells a lot on Depop.
I've never even been on Depop.
Because he does a lot of trainers and decent stuff.
The last thing before we leave you lovely people, I thought I'd share this. You may remember I've had these knocking around for ages. At a village fete, I picked up like a banana crate, fruit crate thing full of these vintage play scripts. They're from the 50s and 60s. I had no idea if there was any market for them or if they had any value. But for £10, it was a charity. It's the village I used to live in, and it's all run for the local church. So I thought, give a tenner to the charity and I'll take a chance. They sat on the shelf literally for like 2 years because I couldn't be bothered to deal with them. And I kept thinking I was going to research them and pill out the good, rare stuff and list it individually. Well, finally I got around to looking them all up, and there just isn't really a market. You could sell them maybe at £4 or £5 each, but I think they'll be long tail. So I stuck it on, as you can see, the whole lot, and started it at 60. I might have even started it higher and come down. Had a couple of questions, but very little interest really. And then a subscriber who watches the videos actually ended up making me an offer, a sensible and reasonable offer that I took. So I was very pleased to shift them. I can't remember what it was. Was it like 45 or something?
I don't remember.
It seems to. I'm not sure what the offer was, guys, but yeah, it was sensible, and I was happy to get them moving. And I'm glad they've gone to someone that watches the videos and you know, is going to enjoy them. So that was that. Another big chunk of space back in the office.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to come out of screen share, but we'll probably be very, very out of sync.
Yeah.
So just to warn you.
Right.
Yeah.
I doubt my mouth matches up with my words, so we won't stick around. I'm sorry if that was a bit slow and clunky. We're going to look into this streaming software because also YouTube is stopping this method of streaming anyway.
It's all a bit worrying.
And yeah, if Kenneth, you message me if we can do a deal on a laptop that might stream faster.
People are saying it looks good.
What looks good?
That we're actually in sync.
Oh, good.
Interesting.
It's better than we were before. Oh. Okay, right, good. Okay, we're going to leave you there. We'll be back on Sunday. I don't know what we're doing this weekend. Are we?
We're going to do a boot sale, as in sell at one.
That's what we're doing. I've been sorting out. I've been ruthless, having a big clear out. We have a spare room full of stuff.
We can't actually get in the spare room.
No. So we're going to go and sell at a boot sale. Not really sure which one we're going to go to, but it's going to be on the Sunday. So we may do a video there, and we'll share with you on Sunday how we get on.
Yep.
Okay. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.